first bridge that they go to, it's that A5 power chord we were talking about earlier, 2-4-0-0. And he has this really cool strum that he and lots of other people use. It's a really exciting rock strum where you're just playing eighth notes, but you accent 3 of those 8 eighth notes. I'll play it, then I'll explain it. So what's going on there is we take that A5 power chord and go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's a really driving rock rhythm. Kind of accenting the 1, the and of 2, 1 and 2 and then accenting 4. So accent 1, accent the and of 2, and accent 4. If all that's above your head and you don't understand a word I said, just play along, just listen and try to get it from hearing it. Here it is slowly. Notice how I hit certain ones harder than others. Does that for 2 bars. Then he goes to a higher inversion of an A chord, and that we can do in our ukuleles by playing X 4 5 4. Pete Townshend was very much into those inversions, and he was also into playing chord inversions above a bass note, a pedal tone they call it, where on the guitar you hit this open low string while hitting inversions on top, and he was brilliant with that. Substitute, it's a perfect example of that. Also Pinball Wizard. The whole album Tommy practically has that technique sprinkled all throughout that record. So Pete Townshend was really big on that, playing an A chord, maybe as a power chord, but then as an inversion. But then keeping an A below all of that while you put a G chord above it. That is a G/A. That I'll show you that. That's an unusual chord. It's not unusual for the guitar, but on ukulele that would be 2-2-3-2. Got to bar it. So that's a G chord, but it has an A note stuck in there too, added to it. You could debate, that could be called a G add 9, but in this case I'm thinking of it as a G over A. Music theory aside, it's a great sound. Let's not even worry about what to call it or who's correct in the music theory contest of what to call that chord. Let's just enjoy that chord for what it is. So we had A5 to A to G over A. Back to the A up here. G. And a big old power chord. That brings me back to a verse. We have a second bridge. I'm going to barely go over that. I'm just going to, talk about it real quick. You have an A5 power chord going. Then a D sus4. We learned that a minute ago. D sus4 being 2-2-3-0. Another, this time an A, just a plain A. And then he does a build-up, a crescendo, eighth notes that rise in dynamic, so it gets louder and louder, on a G5 chord, 0-2-3, if you recall, 0-2-3-X. That's a very common Pete Townshend technique, to do a big build-up, a crescendo on a power chord like that. That's where Roger Daltrey comes back in after that second bridge with a nice verse. Da-da-da. just let it ring. So there's the whole song, more or less. I didn't go over every little detail. It's very complex, and like I said, I believe he improvised quite a bit of it since he played each verse slightly differently. But that gives you an overview. That gives you the basic idea of this great 1965 British rock tune. So I hope you enjoyed that, ukulele people. I hope you learned a lot from this, and I hope you have fun practicing this song. I will make a song sheet available down below so you can see it, and there'll be no mystery as to these chords and the order they go in. Alright, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell. Visit me over on Patreon, where I always throw out bonus material and lots of free things for patrons and lots of goodies. Alright, ukulele people, take care. Bye-bye.